So I've got this skirt that I bought from an op shop. It's just a witchery skirt, cost me $2. It's a wonderful fabric, cotton with a nice stitched pattern onto it. And I'm thinking of making it a little bit of a steampunk wanderer sort of costume. So someone who sort of travels from town to town, that sort of thing. But I don't like the stark white, so this time I'm attempting to do a turmeric dye. So let's see how that one goes. So I've got a pot here where I've put 4 parts of water, and I'm just about to add my 1 part of vinegar. So now my next step is submerging the skirt without letting it catch on fire. Getting it right in there, the water's not hot yet. And from my understanding, the water-vinegar mix makes it so that the dye sticks to the fabric. So now I just need to bring that to the boil and then simmer that for an hour. So we'll just leave that there for the moment. Okay, so I've boiled that for roughly an hour and I've taken it out of the pot. I just put it in a tray, so it's here ready for me. It says the instructions that I'm kind of following said to rinse it off to get rid of the vinegar smell, but I kind of figure that it's going to be in turmeric, so like vinegar's not really going to be the most potent smell potentially. So I've got here it's about 5-6 of those jugfuls of water, and I'm just going to add to it maybe a cup of turmeric. So doing this one-handed, rough approximations. I just want it to be a nice good yellow mix, and then I'm going to bring that to the boil and have that boil for 20 minutes just to get that colour through the whole water and not have any clumps of powder left. Okay, so I think it's been boiling for about 20 minutes, half an hour or something like that. So I'm now going to turn it off. And turn it off, and then I'm going to put the skirt into it and let it sit for maybe 15 minutes, something like that. The thing said 2 to 3 minutes, and I just, I want a really bright yellow, so that will do. Oh, hear the sizzle. Oh, we're going to have overflow potentially. Slowly. Need to make sure it's all covered. Look at how great that yellow is. And just use a bit of a ladle so that I don't get a burnt yellow hand. There we go, look at that. Oh. Hopefully it's going to stay this colour. Now that it's all nicely under, I'm just going to let it sit for about 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been sitting now for maybe actually like 15-20 minutes, so I'm going to attempt to get it out. Easier said than done. So I think first of all I might just sort of like start like that and then scoop up underneath, try and not take much water with me. It gets heavy once it's wet as well, or when it's hot. Don't know how they would have done it with the big vats and cloth. There we go, some fantastic yellow colour there. So hopefully that's going to stay with it, and we'll see how it goes. So I've hung it up on the line, and I can see that there's some sort of clumps of turmeric gathered in some spots, but I'm just going to let it dry, drip dry, and once it's dry then I'll rinse it off a bit, just seeing if that works than losing all my colour. So I have actually lost a lot of the brightness as it's dried. I think a lot of that colour was simply because it was wet, but it's still quite a nice yellow. A little bit of patching and difference in colour, but that's okay. It suits the sort of nomadic look that I'm thinking of for the skirt. So when I've brought it inside, I found that the part that was not out in the sun, so even though it's dry, it's retained a really strong yellow colour, whereas you can see straight away the part that was in the sun. So I'm thinking that I might actually, I've still got my pot of turmeric, so I might actually go again and try and get that yellow colour. So here it is after the second dye. Love the colour that's come out, and really the key difference was hanging inside to dry rather than outside. Everything else has pretty much just been done the same.